unboxing the Perixx board 624. So this is what one part of it looks like. It is a split keyboard, an ergonomic keyboard, and now this is what the other part looks like. So this is what the packaging looks like from the inside, and I won't show you the outside since there is lots of details on there, like my address. Then we also have the second side. So this is the back, and also this is the back of this side. What we also find in here is an instruction manual. What we also find in here is the stand-up things that then allow you to have the keyboard angled. So if you think about how your hands would usually be, it's kind of in this position. So what this keyboard allows you to do is to tilt this slightly to basically work like this, I think, or more like this. There are also keyboards that allow you to stand up even more. There are also vertical mices that allow you to also hold your mouse like this. Then we also find something additional, which I think, well, would be the connector. So this works via this wireless connector, which is not Bluetooth, which in terms of traveling with this might be a little bit of a downside. Now we also already see that there are these palm rests, which I will now kind of then try. So let's first of all unpack this here in order to then try to see how we can attach these. The layout in this case is a German layout, since I wanted to use a German layout. Now the question is, how do I attach these? Maybe let's take a look at the instruction manual for this. Now on the back side we find, I think, Chinese, if I am seeing this correctly. Then, okay, we have the standing feet. So this is what it looks like in the description. So here is what I found out. First of all, we have the USB connector on the one side. We also have the on and off switch on one side, and also a connector switch on this side, which is here. Now on the other side we have the batteries, and I don't know if the other side also needs batteries. Probably. So there is also like a battery case here and a battery case here. 2 AAA batteries. In my case there were no batteries included, but this could also have been because I bought this refurbished, so maybe the new version would have come with batteries. In terms of the feet, now there are in total 4 different options. Now there are these color-coded points, and so the color-coded points correspond to the left or the right side. So if I have this here, then I can put it into the point which is also red. Now there are 2 feet for basically each side, which means that I now can have this here, I can have this here, or I could potentially have this here, which I don't know, and it seems unclear why there would be something like this. Now the second option is that I have this here and then I attach it like this, and this here I also can attach like this. So you can either have it tilted like this here, so slightly, or if you have it the other way around, then a little bit less slightly. So this would then allow you to type. I cannot show you the typing, so maybe I should switch the position. So here you now can see that I have 2 hands. With these 2 hands I can potentially have them like this. But it also seems to be that the one side now stands up taller than the other. The reason for this is that I have these here on here. So basically an additional vector, not vector, but you can also increase the tilt by having this on the more inward. I still don't know what this then would be for. Maybe if you have it in some position you would need this. Now the idea is that you can now, because your shoulders are apart, at least that was my thinking as of a couple of months ago. The idea was that maybe the main problem with having a keyboard like this is, or the main reason I always have like shoulders that are dropping forward, is because my arms are attached to my body and my shoulders are the attachment points. And so as the attachment points already are about this apart, but I then have to move my hands in a space that is like this apart in order to have it on a keyboard, there is basically not really a position in which I can have my arms relaxed, because my arms would have to be relaxed, at least in this position. In addition, then you could also argue that usually the arms have to be, or the hands should be kind of in this position. And so if you then have a keyboard like this, that was the idea, that then you could at least type more like this. So instead of this, like this. instead of this, like this. So I will now test out the keyboard, I think, but maybe let's still turn it on. So let's see if I can turn it on. I already showed you the connector. It seems to already be on, at least this one. I also can show you the model number here on the back. Then we take out this connector. Again, the big downside is that you have to have it connected. I do only have a notebook, which means that I cannot really have it connected somewhere else, because I usually have a USB hub connected if I'm here. And so the only way to have it disconnected is to use my only USB-A port. And so this probably goes into my USB hub. Then we also have caps lock. We don't have keyboard lighting, which was a big downside, but this was kind of the only reasonable keyboard that also came in black that I found, that also didn't cost hundreds of euros. So this cost me 61.35, so about 62 euros. We now switch on the second one, which is already switched on. So let's try to see. So it shows us already the battery signal. It is also fairly light. It is made out of plastic, all of it, it seems. And then we also have the German layout with German letters on them. And we can also test maybe the shift function, which we only find here, but it, I think, shows it on both. So if I activate it or I deactivate it, it seems to not work. I don't know why this would be. Maybe the batteries on this don't work, but it at least shows that the batteries do work. So if I then press shift, it seems that it doesn't show whether the shift is activated or not. Well, so much about the unboxing.